60. The average podcast has 60 listeners. That's it. So if you can get 100 regular listeners, you're already in the top 60 percentile. If you can get 1,000 listeners, you're in maybe the top 10%. That's crazy. It's crazy. I'm going to show you a way to get your first 100 listeners, your regular 100 unique listeners, in just a few weeks with a really easy social media tip. So stay tuned for the whole thing because I have all the details on how you can do this from start to finish. And it doesn't just stop at the first 100. You could keep doing this and continue to grow your podcast. And why should you listen to me? Because, well, I'm Tom, or Robots, from the Robots Radio Podcast Network. I host a whole bunch of shows myself. I've grown a number of shows to be very popular, and I help a lot of other people grow their shows. If this video is helpful or informative in any way, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. So let's get started. The first step is that you need to be on Twitter. Yes, Twitter. Don't worry about Instagram. Don't worry about TikTok. Those two are full of Zoomers. They're full of younger people who just want to scroll through the content. You might get thousands of hits on your quick little videos you put on there, but the chances of those people converting to actual podcast listeners is very, very small. Facebook is okay, but Facebook isn't great. Anything you put on Twitter, you can also put on Facebook. The benefit of being on Twitter, though, is direct contact with other people and being able to understand what those people are into. So your first step is make sure you have an account on Twitter, an account for your podcast, not just an account for yourself, an account for your podcast. Second tip, what is your main topic of your podcast? Let's just use an example. Let's say your podcast is about the funniest sounds you can make with your mouth. It's just making something up, right? Funny mouth sounds. That's your topic. And for some reason, you've got a really super niche audience, niche. And you decide, okay, I want to find that audience. That's the next part of this, is finding that audience. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up the Twitter search and you are going to search hashtag whatever kinds of words make sense for your target audience. What would somebody put in their description if they're super into your topic? So funny mouth sounds. So maybe there's a hashtag funny mouth sounds, or mouth sound artist, or farts with mouth, whatever it is. Let's use another example. Let's say it's a video game, because I do a lot of stuff with video game podcasts. What if your podcast is about World of Warcraft? What kinds of tags will somebody who loves World of Warcraft put in their profile? They're going to use hashtag World of Warcraft, hashtag WoW, hashtag Blizzard. You're going to go through and search all of these terms, and then you're going to follow those people. Now, you can only follow so many every day, but you're going to make this a regular part of your process, and you're going to follow people who define themselves according to these hashtags. And this is important for a very specific reason. If somebody is into that topic enough to use that topic in their description of themselves, then you've just identified a super fan. And the super fans are exactly your target audience. Now, if they also put something like podcasts listener or something like that in there, then you've got an even better chance of, getting them to listen to your show. Easy peasy. So you're going to put those all in there. You're going to follow those people. Now, once you're following those people, you will get them showing up on your list. Whenever you go to your home screen, you're going to get their posts showing up on their list. And guess what things they're going to be posting about? Most likely, they're going to post things about World of Warcraft or, funny mouth sounds, whatever the topic of your show is. And then it becomes very easy for you to interact with those posts using that account that you made that's about your podcast. So you're going to see a post from them. They're going to say something like, oh, I can't wait for the new patch for World of Warcraft. It's going to be awesome. Respond to them. Say, yeah, I can't wait for this detail in the patch. Or, hey, that sounds awesome. I can't wait for it too. What's the thing that you're most excited about? You're going to start interacting with these people. And what happens is, within a very short order, you will start to create a pattern of interaction with individuals in the community, and you'll start to get to know them. They'll start to recognize you. You are putting your name out there. The things that you post will start to be seen. They will start to follow your account. Step 3 Step 3, and this is also very, very important. The content that you are now posting on your account, just when you post a tweet, cannot be advertising for your podcast. Not right away. You do not want to put, hey, come check out our next episode. It's about this thing. That is absolutely the opposite thing that you want to do. What you want to do is you want to give more than you ask. And you want to be doing this tenfold. So for every 9 or 10 times that you share something that's content, that's when you can post an ask. So let's define some things here. What is content? What is content for a World of Warcraft podcast to be putting on their Twitter? Well, anything at all that's not an ask that is entertaining or informative. Those two things, entertaining or informative. So entertaining, here's a funny picture of my character doing a really silly thing in the game. That's great. Informative, here's some little known facts about this location in the game, because that happens to be the topic of the next episode you're doing or whatever. Post that stuff 2 to 3 times a day during work hours, in the morning, in the middle of the day, and in the afternoon. What you are going to do is you are going to be putting so much content out there in little itty bitty bites that are easy to make that people, when they see it, will think it would be silly for me not to follow this account because they keep posting things that I want to be reading. 9 or 10 times do this before you even ask for anything, and do this every week. If you're posting multiple times every day throughout the week, and then finally you say something like, hey, we have an episode coming out, you should listen to it, or the episode is up, it's about this thing, then you can do that. And what this does is it creates a positive feedback loop with your new and growing audience. It creates a response in their brains that says, every time I see this account post, I have a positive experience with them in the past, so I have positive expectations, so I'm going to be more likely to notice their post. So that the 1 time out of 10 you ask for something, hey, come listen to our show, they're more likely to see it. Also, if you've been interacting with them, then Twitter is going to be more likely to be showing your content to them on the stuff you missed list and things like that. So now, positive feedback loop, you're growing your audience, and all of this can begin to snowball. You want to keep this up. So step 4 is rinse and repeat. So every day, search for more people using the tags that make sense, or not even the hashtags, just the words that show up. World of Warcraft, it doesn't have to be a hashtag. And then follow them, continue responding, continue posting things every day, and then share your content, ask for them to come listen to your show. So if you have any thoughts on this, or you've done this successfully, I've done this with a number of my shows successfully, and it absolutely works. Comment below, let me know, follow the channel for more tips and tricks for podcasting, and I'll see you guys next time.